We're in the preseason of Christmas. Exciting times. Craziness, obviously. People are busy getting stuff already. And I had to think of it, of a story that we have in Switzerland. We celebrate Christmas and, we have the story of Santa Claus bringing gifts. A lot of movies, a lot of stories about it. And we have that character as well in Switzerland. His name is Samichlaus. But the difference is Samichlaus doesn't come on December 24th, 5th, whatever. It's a little different, culturally different. So Samichlaus, or Santa Claus, is actually coming on December 6th. Don't ask me why, you can look it up yourself. However, he brings kind of gifts, but not like presents in the sense of like, these things that we have for Christmas. For Christmas, we have the Christkindli, or Christ child, that comes and brings the gifts. And what a rude awakening as a child, because, I remember, I had to wait outside till the Christkindli, or the Christ child, is coming, delivering the gifts. And then they open the door, my parents open the door, and the window is open, and said, it just left, it just flew away, it just flew out. But here are the gifts. And you're like, well, who cares if I missed, the Christ child? Here are the gifts. And what's more important, right? I mean, maybe you peek out the window, it's like, okay, well, here we go again. Missed it again this year. And with a rude awakening, you realize, wait a minute. So that was you guys all along? There's no Christkindli, there's no Christ child. It's actually you getting those gifts and deliver them and make me believe that there's actually somebody coming and then, delivering the gifts and flying out the window. And just in time when I get into the room, that thing or that character disappears. So anyway, saying all of this, Samichlaus comes on December 6th, and with his accomplices, or almost I want to say henchmen, the Schmutzlis. Yes. And so, interestingly, what we do is we recite verses, poems, and I remember as a child I was very good at that. I really enjoyed that season. Not so much the fact that actually this character is coming into your home. And so you find out later that parents can hire those guys, actors or whatever, or characters. They come and dress up as Santa Claus, and with two accomplices normally, they're schmutzlis. They're dressed like Santa Claus, but they're all dark, whether it's brown or black. You don't see their faces. They're hooded. Very intimidating, not a good thing psychologically, I think, for kids. However, they open the book like it's similar, like here, naughty and nice, and you're astonished as a child, like, how does this guy know all of this? Like, who is this guy? And you're intimidated, and you're kind of like, okay, so hopefully I was, I qualified to get gifts, which would be mandarins and nuts and gingerbread man, all that kind of stuff. You get a little, chocolate and stuff like that, and I recited normally I recite great poems or verses. And one day, my dad decided, took me aside just before Samichlaus would come and say, hey, tell me your verse. And I did. And he's like, that's great. That's good, but here's another one. And he said, Samichlaus, du liebe Ma, gib mir doch ein Servola, aber ein bisschen geschwind, sonst haut der Eis am Grind. And which loosely translated means, Santa Claus, you're a good fella. Give me a servola, which is the national sausage of Switzerland, but hurry up, or I'm gonna smack you in the head. Yeah, that's right. And what did I know? And so instead of reciting my verse, I actually disbelieved my dad and recited the verse that he told me. And my dad, I don't know if he disappeared. He was so embarrassed or laughing at the same time. Samichlaus didn't really know what to do with it. And I think he laughed or smiled and felt like, what's going on? But the innocence of a child, right? So that was my experience one day with Santa Claus. However, what the story goes also, Santa Claus actually comes from the Black Forest, the Schwarzwald. I never really understood till recently Man, Samichlaus, or Santa Claus in our culture in Switzerland, is German. What about that? And so if you make the nice list, you get gifts. If you don't, the story goes that actually the Schmutzlis, the henchmen, they pack you in a bag that they come, those burlap sacks, and put you in there and take you to the Black Forest to where Santa Claus lives. And you have to work for a year for him to work off your whatever bad things you've done. Bad behavior, not being nice to your parents and siblings and neighbors and, not good in school. I don't know, whatever. But funny enough, it never really occurred. I always got gifts. However, one day my oldest sister, she was really naughty. I'm not even going to get into that. But they put her in the bag. No kidding. I think nobody would do that. You couldn't even do that. You couldn't do it back then. You couldn't sure not do it now. You get so much in trouble, with, what, I'm seriously. And so there was snow on the streets, and they took her down the road and then finally released her, and she, walked back to the house barefoot in whatever she was dressed in, the pajamas or whatever. And that must have done a number in you, right? Psychologically. So this is what we teach our kids in Switzerland. This is the story of Santa Claus versus Samichlaus. I don't know. I just wanted to share with you. December 6th is coming up. And think about it. It's a little different how we experience Santa Claus where I'm originally from. Hope you enjoy this. This is my perspective, and talk to you soon. Bye-bye.